How's it going? Okay, thank you very much to all of those that are joining me here today. It's Spain, 7 o'clock. Let's talk about Lucky. You all know Lucky. If you saw the video that we published yesterday, you may have seen that that we went for a checkup at the hospital and to evaluate the evolution of Lucky's lymphoma. And although he's doing great and the recovery is just amazing, his lymphoma is metastasizing. I mean, so far we have seen nodules at the skin level in many areas of the body. We located 5 or 6. It's difficult to see because now Lucky is covering hair. So, well, these are the 5 or 6 that we saw. Next week, hi Jersey, yes, it's live. Next week we will do a CT scan and we will see if there are more in his body. And if metastasis is affecting his lungs, which I actually don't think so. Although yesterday we saw him coughing and it was a strange cough. I'm not too comfortable with that cough. But anyway, well, it's metastasizing. Now, Lucky has been on chemotherapy for the past 4 months. He's had 3 rounds of lomustine. And we knew, actually, whenever you treat cancer, whenever you apply chemo on a cancer, it's never going to heal. It's never going to get rid of cancer completely. That's not how it works. It's a palliative measure. You're taking, we're buying time, basically. That's I guess is the best way to put it. By the way, if any of you would like to help, well, whenever we do a fundraiser, many of you donate to that specific fundraiser. But I would like to invite you to join me on my Patreon support group. That really helps. That group has been active for the past 7 years or 6 years, and it's been nothing short of amazing. Without that group, I just, wouldn't be here. So, Linda, if you can, please just leave the link to my Patreon support group. It's really grateful if you join. Now, metastasis all over his body. We don't know if it's affecting the lungs yet, but we have it at skin level in multiple places. As I said, we're buying time. We started 4 months ago, and 4 months. 4 months, if for a dog, 4 months is like for a human 3 years. And when you look at it in that perspective, then you realize that what we've done so far has been very successful. I mean, if you ask any cancer patient with a lymphoma, with a tumor on his tongue, if he would like to have 3 good years with his family, I bet they will all say, yeah, absolutely, 3 good years. And Lucky has had these 4 months, that is 3 human years, being very happy with his family at the great house, with the people that saved him, with the people that, turn him back to health. So in that respect, what we've done so far has been very successful. Also, don't forget that when we rescued him, he had 4 very complicated conditions. His state was horrific. You all saw it in the pictures. He had leishmaniasis, ehrlichiosis, anaplasmosis, and heartworm. And the 4 of them. And he put up this incredible fight. Now, lymphoma, I mean, he will die of lymphoma at some point, but we don't know when. And even if it is starting to metastasize, we don't know. maybe we'll be able to buy him another 2 months, maybe 3 months. I don't know. We don't know at this stage. So this is one of those cases. Yeah, I mean, it's really sad. But at the same time, we must look at what we have accomplished. The turnaround in Lucky's life, how he went from being dead by the side of the road to being a completely different dog, completely transformed. Just look at the way he looks now, and people wouldn't recognize him. He's like a ball of beautiful hair. I mean, it's like super beautiful and really active and very happy. Also, he was blind when we rescued him. Remember? He's not blind anymore. One of the eyes, he sees very little, but the other one, very good. And he's very, very happy at the great house. So I just wanted to make this reflection, because when you saw the video yesterday, you may have felt like, come on, all of this for that? I mean, it's gonna die of lymphoma. Yeah, it's gonna die of lymphoma. We knew that. And we knew at some point it was going to metastasize. But we bought time. We bought him 4 months, a beautiful summer, and autumn, and God knows how long it's gonna go on. But that's the mentality we're applying here. We're buying time for this beautiful dog that deserves it so much. Sandra, thank you very much for your help. Hi, Chris. Hi. Welcome. Now, many of you that are watching this are familiar with cancer. And actually, I have a friend that is battling a lymphoma himself at the moment. And I tell you, he's older, but he will do whatever to be able to buy 3 good years, 3 good and happy years with his family. So that's, I think that's the way we have to look at it. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you very much. Yeah, Jill. I mean, it was a lost case. I mean, we knew it was gonna be difficult. These 4 conditions were tricky to deal with. But look what a fighter he's been, and he is. By the way, he's going through all of this without any complaint, without looking sad or crying, or no, he just goes on. Life continues. For him, this is just a routine visit to the vet. I mean, nothing has changed in the way he looks at life. He's not depressed. He's not feeling bad or anything. If he gets to that point, at some point, and when he does, then of course, we will know what to do. But I just wanted to let you know that he's really happy, and that we knew we were buying time, and that this is the expected, unfortunately, evolution of Lucky's health condition. So that was it. Now let me read your comments. Now that we're here. Thank you, Gail. Thank you very much. Rhonda, sorry to read about your dad. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. We're buying time. And 3 years in human years is very good. Chris, we uploaded a video yesterday about Lucky. Check it out. You'll see he's doing great, but he's he's metastasizing. And yes, Aaron, there's no cure for canine lymphomas. There's no cure. So, yeah, just wanted to give a heads up to let you know that that we are on top of things. To let you know that they are all okay. All our animals are doing great, although getting old. We're running a geriatric shelter. But it is wonderful to see them getting older, safe, and happy. Next week, I believe, Winston is going home to his great family in Switzerland. So you'll see another of these journey videos. Jairo is gonna go to deliver him. And we wish we had been able to do something like this for Lucky. Unfortunately, cancer, you know, is a far too often is a lost battle. Just not always, but far too often it is. At least in veterinary medicine, there's been some great advances in human medicine, but this has not translated so far to a big deal of different outcomes in veterinary medicine, I'm afraid. What else? So Winston going home, we're buying time for Lucky. Today I wanted to talk about something. I mean, somebody sent me they told me that to check a shelter in China. There's a lady there that runs a shelter that has 4,000 dogs, and they were telling me to help that lady. I went and I checked some of those videos, and indeed, there seem to be 4,000 dogs in that place. How to help somebody in a situation like this? Well, best way to help them is to teach them how to reach out and how to build a community. I will be talking about that on a different session, but I thought it was necessary to mention it. We're always looking at our, other rescues and what other rescues are doing out there. And I have to say that in recent years, it's been great to see how people are evolving, how they are starting to take videos to build their own communities, and whomever is doing that is doing much better than they were doing before. This week we published the entire story of Richard. Maybe some of you will have seen it, and you will see that Hermione was there. I met Hermione in Greece. She actually was the one that gave me Richard. And I remember the day I met her, I told her, you should go in YouTube and you should build a community, and you will see, you will do great. And that girl did exactly what I told her to do. And I'm so happy she did it, because she's great. She's really, really good. So yeah. Chris, Nano is well. Is out there. You will see him this week, because we're gonna take both him and Viktor human. On Thursday, they have to go to the hospital for a final measurements of their hips, because they both need to have hip prosthesis, bilateral, both of them. And since we got them, they've already grown. Now they don't grow anymore, so it's time to do it. So on Thursday, we will take both of them to the hospital to do the final measurements, and we will start designing the equipment, basically the prosthetic hips that they have to be replaced. Both Nano and Viktor are doing great. Yeah, great dogs, really, really great. Once again, if any of you would like to join me in my Patreon support group, that would be really grateful, and it will be really, really helpful. Tomorrow we're gonna have a live session just for Patreon. Hopefully, some of you would like to join us. As I said, this group has been there for nearly 6 years, and over the years many people have adopted from many patrons have adopted. I have met many of them because they've either come visit here, or I've met them in their countries. I have met quite a few patrons in the US as well, in Germany, and I have to tell you that that group is just wonderful. It's also a really very direct way to get in touch with me. Any note that they send me on Patreon, I usually get it instantly, and I can reply really quickly. Let me see 1 second. I need to drink something. It's really difficult to to speak to the camera. You have to keep hydrated. Anyway, so if any of you would like to join me on Patreon, I would be really grateful. I will make a little announcement on the community tab to see if anybody would like to join me. Anyway, it's gonna be a busy week. Carla is back, so we're back to our usual scheduling of daily videos. Thank you very much to those of you that have watched our long form videos this week. It's been really, really helpful. We managed to keep the channel afloat. The algorithm was sustained, and I'm really grateful for that. Thank you, Krisma. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us on Patreon, and thanks for remaining on Patreon. I don't know how long you've been there, but rest assured that your help is very appreciated. Very appreciated. So there you have Krishna, a Patreon, Chris is Patreon as well. Many people, many of you that are watching this live are probably Patreon, so maybe that serves as an encouragement for people to join. Anyway, and by the way, you also saw Chico. Chico is doing really well. We're gonna have to fix that leg probably next week as well. But yeah, I mean, he's recovering well. His anemia is not entirely, it's not as good as we would like. And they say that this is related to parasites, it's called parasitosis. It's anemia related to parasitosis, and we're trying to deal with it. Isidore is not worried yet, but I am. I remember we lost Hannibal to a similar condition, non-regenerative anemia, and when one of our dogs, when the anemia doesn't improve, I get really worried. I have to say, I get really worried. Oh God, Rhonda Sachs, you have 2 memberships on Patreon. Why 2? No, you should only have 1. I will write to you and let's fix that. You shouldn't have 2 memberships. I mean, it would be great if somebody else joined, but you don't need to have 2 memberships. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you. So, guys, I'm gonna leave you for now. Patricia, thank you. You're on Patreon as well. Thank you. Thank you for this. And encouraging people to join us. And I will do an even better job at replying my messages whenever they get to me. Sometimes it's difficult to do things instantly, but anyway, I'm there. I'm there most of the time. Thank you very much for everything. I will see you tomorrow, okay? And keep an eye for the channel during this week. It's gonna be a busy one. There's a lot of things happening, okay? All right. Strength, Lucky. Good luck to you, my boy. You're amazing. And we're buying time. And we will continue helping and supporting you as long as it takes. Okay? Thank you very much to all of you for your support. By the way, one of you also said that you tried to donate to Chico and it didn't work. There's nothing wrong with the system. So try again, if you don't mind, Marina. Because well, he's at the hospital. His treatment continues and we have this surgery to go to do. So try again. The website is working normally. And by the way, we are launching, we did launch 2 more channels. We're launching a channel in French that hopefully is gonna help us increase our reach in France, which is our neighbor country, and we can find great families there, as well as, support. And we are launching our Japanese channel. No kidding. We're gonna launch a channel in Japanese. I don't know how well that's gonna work. I don't know what the Japanese are gonna say when they see me speaking in Japanese, but it should be fun. I will keep you posted. Thank you very much for being here. Mirana, oui, elle est déjà lancée. Et cette semaine, ça va être la première semaine. This week is gonna be the first week of the French channel working normally. Merci beaucoup. Thank you, all of you. Hi, Karen. See you tomorrow, okay? Take care. And if any of you is Japanese, get ready. We're going to Japan. Take care. Ciao, ciao.